the second take because I fucked up the mics.
Ooh,
and
the
had technical difficulties.
fucked up.
After half an hour talking, we will
Fucked
start
up the
all over
mic.
again. We are a little bit frustrated, but it's mostly me cause it's a pro.
Every shit is a chance. We're gonna make it better this time. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hello, Naomi.
Hello,
Let's start all over again. Fuck me.
But wait, we have to, because like we cannot use nothing. We have to start like from
We
the
have to start all
beginning.
over again, say all the good things we said, but better. We're a little tentative now. We are more us, so it'll be nice.
It's good. It will be really nice. I'm super relaxed.
Good. Hello, Naomi.
Hello, Igor. So nice to be here.
Yes. So, from beginning, let's take it from the top. I'm doing this because I want to bring amazing people, and not only amazing people, but amazing people that can envision an amazing world and can somehow make us feel that it's possible. And this lady is one of them. So, who is Naomi? Let's start again.
This is Naomi. Naomi is a dreamer and a maker of dreams. I make my dreams come true with my music. I'm a musician, and I'm also a family person. I have beautiful kids, and I have a permaculture farm where I try to make the world a better place in my little natural bubble.
And you are an immigrant as well, eh?
I am, yes. I immigrated from the north
to this beautiful corner of Portugal, the Algarve, and within the Algarve, the Western Algarve, and
The West is the best.
is it?
It is. It's amazing. It's not for everyone though. It is only for wildlings. It's a pretty rough place, no? Like the climate is rough, and the life conditions can be challenging, but it's stunning in that wilderness and in that roughness. I love it.
Yeah. What is it to the roughness? Because there's something in it. It's not just because we come here and then it's rough and oh, like I think we seek the roughness in a way.
Yes,
The
for sure.
rawness.
We escape the structure and the boredom of the modern society where we come from, no, to find this adventure here. It's like like the Wild West, like cowboys and Indians, living their real life in hand with the nature and the wind. This wind that drives us crazy, but also we really somehow thrive in it, no? I appreciate the wind here.
Mm-hmm. I think I do. I hated it when I came. But especially this last round of storms that we had, it was raining, it was windy, it was like almost a tiny bit dramatic at times, yeah. And then there were 3 days of sun afterwards, and I was like, oh.
Well, I do still like the
Yes.
sun, yes.
But what I'm saying is that you get used to life not being a 1, 2, 3, life not being like, like having signs saying where you're supposed to go. Here, there are no signs. Here, you have to make it yourself and find your own ways. And there are days that you cry that, and there are days that you remember that's where we came from.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, that's what we came for. Yeah. And within that, the nature, the uncertainty, the wilderness, the Portuguese. This is only possible because of certain qualities of the Portuguese person.
Yeah.
What do you find in them?
I find that they're very tolerant towards differences. I think that's an amazing quality that, yeah, where I come from, Switzerland is very structured and narrow, and things have to be in a certain way. People have to be in a certain way, otherwise you're a total freak. And here, everyone seems to be a bit freaky, no matter in which direction they go. But it's like you can fit in without fitting in. And yeah, I find the Portuguese people super tolerant and welcoming towards other things, even though they might seem a bit grumpy, maybe, or maybe not. They are not loud. I love this about them. They are very, yeah, like introvert, and you know, they're maybe not like but they have a really open heart, and I feel super welcomed and comfortable here. Yeah, among them. I'm so grateful for the way they welcome us. Actually.
Very, very grateful. Also because that's required in a place like this. Their ability to absorb is super beautiful, and you were saying before off mic, thanks to me, how sometimes we take it for granted, and not everybody or not always we make that effort as ourselves as the arrivals.
Yeah, yeah, I see that as a huge deficit of many expats coming here, or tourists, or immigrants. Yeah, that many people don't make an effort to give back to the place, or to also fit in, or to learn the language. I mean, how many people live here since decades and they still don't speak the language? I mean, it's easy to just live here in the expat bubble, but still, I don't find it respectful enough towards the place here to not make an effort to really give back here. Yeah.
Respectful and maybe sustainable.
Yeah.
Because after a while, if you really keep the populations very separated,
Yeah.
then frictions will arise.
Yeah. 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 Mm.
Talking about sustainable.
Wait a second. Did you press play there? Because I didn't before. I just put the phone for you on.
Yes.
Yes?
It is recording.
Okay, good.
It is recording.
Talking
It
about
is recording. Top. Yes, it is recording. Technology.
Wait, I have here an issue with my closing.
Yes. This is certainly a much more natural take. So, tolerance, sustainability, breaking from the mold, kind of like trying to see things anew. These are maybe things that come in your lyrics and in your songs, like the vision of a beautiful world. So, how do you see this beautiful world?
This beautiful world. I see it. I see it very clearly. That
That's beautiful. Sell me.
I see it very clearly, and yeah, I'm gonna describe it to you as if it is, because it is, and it can be. I believe in the power of manifestation. So, in this new and beautiful world, nature is the queen and the goddess that she is, and we all serve her. We
Oh, I like that. That's beautiful.
we work for her, we support her, we don't exploit her, we give her back what we take and more. Yeah, we treat her with respect and kindness, with love, with a lot of love that she deserves. And the same way that we treat our goddess, the queen, we also treat each other. As human beings, we accept each other, and we we are all equals. There is equality between the different people, races, genders, between nations, and between all beings.
Because this separation from nature, yesterday I was in class, I mentioned a quote from Alan Batts, and he says that the same way that a tree gives fruits, the planet peoples. So we are the fruit of the planet in a way, yeah? But at certain point, somewhere, it became too scary, too threatening, too uncomfortable, and we decided we are not nature. And we draw a line, and we put concrete in the line and build the wall.
Crazy.
Crazy, no?
Crazy.
It's like it's so evident that
Yeah.
we she's our queen, but it's also an extension of us, yeah? Gardening is a passion of yours, yeah?
Yes, it's maybe my biggest passion. I really feel at home in the garden, so more than anywhere else. It's my sanctuary from the craziness of the world.
So between your admiration for nature and your time spent in the garden, do you have a dialogue with her? What kind of communication do you exchange with the goddess?
Well, I give her so much love and dedication and time. Oh, I give her time, all of my time. And she gives me back life. She feeds me. She's my mother, you know. And I'm really her servant. I try to, really make the land better than it was, you know, and successfully so. This farm that we are running, we have it since 8 years, and it changed so much to the better. The water level is coming back up, and the trees are growing, and we are producing, you know, oxygen, and we are bringing back the water to the valley, and there is so many flowers for the bees, and natural ponds for the frogs, and yes, it's really you can really see that the nature is thriving so much from what we give her.
And you feel it, because you could think that is a work, a job, and somehow you do it because it's an altruistic or morally right decision to make. But as it happens, you feel rewarded of
So much, yes, yes. And I had this calling, like always, I always felt that I want to plant trees. There was a dream that I've had long before I knew where and how I could plant trees. It was always a strong calling to, like, a purpose in life would be to plant trees. And somehow this happened here in the West Algarve, and it is more rewarding than I could have ever imagined. And you kind of get sucked into the rabbit hole of the permaculture. Like, you start small, and then you know, you go bigger.
Especially planting trees is an addiction.
It's a total addiction,
Yeah,
and I think it's really the most beautiful thing that one can do. Actually, and we had these beautiful encounters and moments with friends who came to help us to plant trees, and wow, it's like, it's so much love that you share, and you share with this earth, and yeah, with the goddess.
Once upon a time when you came here, it was planting trees, but it was also surfing, yeah? That brought you here.
That's what brought me here originally.
Do you still surf?
I do, but not as much as I'd like to, man. You know, I mean, life kind of caught me in other things. Yeah, this in the gardening, and then the music. I'm very busy, professionally speaking, with my job, and then I have my kids that I want to spend a lot of quality time with. Obviously, in the summer, I surf much more, a lot, because we like to go to the beach with the family as like a family ritual thing that we do, which is awesome. But now, like in the winter, that it was stormy, the weather is bad, the waves are
Heavy.
you know, then I don't go as much as I used to when I was, you know, young and wild and free. Before I became a farmer, for sure, it was important to me to surf every day, and now I don't care how much I surf. When I go, I want to enjoy it. I want to have a friendly wave. I don't want to be freezing to death. And yeah, otherwise, like I really only go when it's nice. Otherwise, I really prefer over anything actually in life that is not amazing. I would always prefer to work the land. Yeah.
And what do you think? You have planted more trees or planted more songs? It's almost even, no?
Um, well, I've planted maybe about as many acceptable songs as I have planted trees.
Okay. So you have many more unacceptable songs.
Ooh, thousands. Yeah, like I've written probably 1,000 songs.
Can you run us through a little bit, even if it's different, a little bit through your creative process? How does it happen for you?
How the song is written. Well, the best song is channeled through you.
It just comes?
It comes like I have a couple of songs that just really happened and they just came. I sat down with one song that still is my favorite song of mine ever is Clowns, Gangsters and Nerds. And I sat down with a banjo of a friend and I'd never played the banjo before. And I just like 2 hours later, this song had been born.
Can you play a little, the song? You know it?
I can. I know it. I mean, I don't have a banjo here.
But
sorry, but I have a little ukulele.
maybe
It sounds way cooler on the banjo though.
Okay.
And yeah, so that song just came. You know, I didn't try to write it. So, but then actually now I'm gonna play a bit, and then I say more about the other songs that you need to work. Sometimes you need to work hard also on a song. So just imagine this as a banjo sound. I sit when you are quiet, I'm wide awake. When you sleep, what's important to you? I don't need what I have not to keep. I run away when you tell me to stay. If I had a son, I would wish he was gay. I love two men, I could love many more. You sell your soul, but it is me you call whore. I know I don't fit into your little boxes. It just don't matter to me what your clock says. Time keeps a rolling stone. Tick tock, better build me a home. A home for clowns, gangsters and nerds. Welcome to Parallel Universe. A home for clowns, gangsters and nerds. Welcome to Parallel Universe. So all you clowns, gangsters and nerds, come on to Parallel. Come on to Parallel. Welcome to Parallel Universe.
You make me cry always. So when you're creating, that was super nice. Really beautiful to do.
The Parallel Universe.
Gangsters and nerds. Okay, focus. Emotions. Lyrics first, or the melody first, or does it come in a pack?
Often well, the melody hook would normally come with a couple of words. So a few words come with the first melody idea, like the hook of the song, maybe, ideally. And then it kind of goes on with the melody, and then the lyrics are a detail that normally you figure out later.
Okay.
Like that's then often the work that comes with it, no? So like normally a song also has different parts, no? You'd have a verse, a bridge, and a chorus. And for example, many times I'd come up with a chorus idea, and it would come also with some lyrics for the chorus, and then you have these, you play it, and then you like start to think and work, which chords would be cool for a verse, and then the lyrics, to write good lyrics, that's often a big job. Like for this song, I really love these lyrics. They just came, but usually all the other songs you have to really sit down and write and throw away and rewrite
And this for you sounds like kind of like a solo part of the work, but then you tend to play in big bands, lots of people, so you go from this my idea to let's play it together with the band. And in your case that's big band. So how does the channel artist become the band leader? What is the stretch that you have to walk?
Well, I guess there is many different ways to do that for a songwriter, a composer, to bring his music to the group. There could be someone who already has it all figured out and really goes and tells the musicians what they have to do. With us, it's not like this. Like I have a very raw idea. I have the chords, most of the rhythm. Often I have a bass line also. This is something that comes natural to me, to have already kind of an idea. I like to boom, 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 like sing the bass line that when I'm composing. But other than that, I mean, I also have choirs ideas, a lot of choirs actually in my music. Because I grew up with siblings and we were singing as a family, so that's
So
a
you
big
hear
part of my
harmonies.
vision. I hear the harmonies right away, and I hear the little choirs, and but then I'm blessed with incredibly talented and creative musicians that are creators on their own. So I bring an idea to the band, and it can turn out very different than I brought it, but for sure it's going to be way better. Even like no matter how different or similar it stays, but they bring so much from their own talent into the songs that they evolve and they become something bigger and better. Yeah, that's very beautiful. So we arrange as a band, and each one brings his skills into it, and that makes it like it makes it our song then as a band.
And that other part of the job that is very you, like because you are the creator, you are also the promoter, you are like you get in charge of the admin part, the business part in a way, to be the center, to be the leader, which is it has to be done by someone. But do you enjoy that part? Is it challenging? Is it something that you simply are you and you just accept? What's your relationship to with being a leader?
I mean, yeah, I think it comes natural to me from my character. Yeah, I'm a very independent person, that I like to take decisions, and I also like to create movement and motivate people to start things. And I'm a maker, so I really like to be actually in charge of things, but it makes it easier if you have people that also are makers. Like what I don't like is to pull a lot, but I don't have to do that luckily with my band, because they're all very dedicated people also, which is beautiful. But I've experienced also maybe in different projects and in the decades of my career, that the leading is more difficult when the people are really need to be led. It's nicer to lead people who are also, going already. And
Because being a leader is not giving orders, yeah? It's like somehow inspiring a group so they get motivated and then they do their shit.
yeah, that's it
In
exactly.
your
Yeah, it's just maybe to like organize some stuff, but in the end, I think a good leader is to give to empower the people to also do their what they are strong at now. For me, the annoying part of being a, a manager of my band is the administrational work. But I grew into this role over the years. I think I do it well, and I'm okay with it. But it's not a big passion of mine. Like I don't love to do booking, for example. Sometimes it's rewarding when it goes well, but it's also very annoying because you spend a lot of time on the computer, on the phone. That really is something that I don't like. I would rather, just be creative or just play music. But where I live and how we work, that's not possible. There is not a booking agency that I found that can give me so much work like I like to have, or yeah. So in the end, it's something that many times it's just better if you do things yourself, no?
Yeah. And in the music industry, there is still, relatively speaking, a man's world, and in a way, Mediterranean cultures are changing, but still a little traditional. Being a woman, you see that as an asset, a problem, creates trouble. How do you, not just a leader, but a woman leader?
Mm. I think it can be both. It depends on what you make out of it. No, it can be a bit challenging sometimes to make yourself heard and respected. Like you really need to be respectable, and like here I am. Listen to me. But I'm good at that, so I can do that. I don't mind it. Just sometimes there's funny things, maybe in a more men's ruled business, like the music one, but any business probably, that you might be a bit overseen or overheard. So we just have to maybe be a bit louder and a bit more visible. But I also think it can be really an asset because we can come from another perspective, and we can come from another energy, which is a feminine energy, which can be more creative, more loving, and it can be a different way to approach things that I think it can also be very successful and create new opportunities in the business. Yeah, but there is not enough female artists or female leaders, so yeah, it would be nice to be more of us, to be a stronger female community for sure.
And I'm thinking, this is something I know personally of you, also because of the way we met. You're a woman who has a beautiful relationship with men, I would say. This is my personal observation, but also we met in a concert. You were going to play, you were not yet playing, and all of a sudden you started talking to me like super friendly. And I felt friendship. Like I felt there was no, I don't know, no man-woman issue between us already from second one. And this is something that I have observed with you later on. Like, I think the relationship between men and women is getting better, but it's still damaged. But you seem to have a beautiful relationship with men, so show us.
Yeah, that's a nice observation that you're doing, and I would fully agree. I mean, I think men are amazing. I love them. I think they're.
Just a pause with
Yeah,
you on, because my technique is
yeah,
that I don't see men and women unless
yeah,
it
yeah,
comes to the moment of maybe having a date or a
yeah,
flirtation,
yeah,
and then your sexual orientation would.
yeah,
But I see humans, yeah?
yeah.
Is that the way you do it, or is it how?
For sure, but I always already as a child I had my besties, my best friends were always boys. I mean, yeah, I had one good girlfriend as a kid in school, but I had like 4 or 5 best friends, male friends. I was like more of a tomboy, always we played Indians in the forest and wild things, and I like to get dirty and my hands dirty and run and be rough, and I never really liked really girly stuff. I mean, now I like to dress up and things, but I'm still, I think a woman with a lot of masculinity in me. So, um, and one thing that I really appreciate about men is that they're in a very positive way, very simple. I, I say it's super respectful. Like, there's not much drama with men's. That there's something that I appreciate. That, like, men, generally speaking, they are direct and honest, and I appreciate that about them specifically. For sure, there is awesome women also. I love women. We're magical creatures, but often it comes more natural to me to deal with men because of this. I think the direct and the simplicity. Yeah.
The artist's role. Another thing I wanted to ask you. Once upon a time, the artist maybe lead the revolution not on the field but through ideas before even the philosopher had written the ideas, yes, like they were in a song, yeah. But now art, music especially, is, now they call it the entertainment industry. I mean, there's nothing to do. So, yeah, what's the role of the artist? Like, how would you, if you see an upcoming artist and they're trying to make it, what's the pride of the profession?
There are so many answers that I want to give to all that you
Give all
said
of
now.
them.
Oh, wow. So, yes. So in the role of an artist, it can be so many things. No, depends a lot on the artist for sure. Some are just for entertainment, but also in that lays something very important. No, the entertainment, let's say, to create emotions, to give people joy and happiness. It's something beautiful about being a musician.
And company.
A company,
Because when you are
yeah,
sad,
to
you have
yeah,
this
yeah.
moment and you want
You
to.
can feel understood
Yeah.
by a song. It's beautiful. You can find a friend in. You can find a friend in a song, and yeah, just to feel, like to be able to and supported in feeling emotions. That's the beautiful part about the entertainment of the music or paintings. You can look at a painting and start to cry now because it moves you so much. Um, but then, yeah, what you said with the revolution, the music can unite people a lot. Like it can be very political. Um, it can be very critical, and it can awaken people. It can shock. It can certainly raise awareness, and that's a tool that I really appreciate to have, or that I see as my responsibility as an artist to talk about issues that I see, and to raise awareness, and maybe to also another role that the music can have is to inspire people to try another way, or to do something different, or yeah, it's to lead by a good example also, be a positive role model in within the art, yeah, to be an inspiration
And
towards the better world,
yeah.
Yeah, I like to sing about racism, because it needs to be addressed, these things, and a lot. Yeah, if you listen to my songs, there will be many political statements in them, and that for sure is another way of music than what you hear on the radio mainly.
Does your ukulele ever shake when you're writing a song and you feel like, fuck, if I write this, it becomes too much? Do you ever like hold back? Do you ever feel that the opinion of the audience or the opinion of the music industry affects your writing?
No, no, not at all. I would not let nothing dictate what I want to say in my art. That's the beauty of it. That's the freedom of it, I think. But for sure, I write too much, so that's actually a funny thing. So I write a lot and then I cut out half of it, but not because it's being too honest or too direct, but just because it's not poetic enough or artistic enough. Like you want to put your facts in a beautiful art form, also. You not just want to state whatever is important to you. So that's how it gets cut out, not because it's too much, but because it's not beautiful enough. Yeah. And something that you said before that I wanted to react to is something about the upcoming musicians. What's the pride of the profession? I mean, that's different for everyone, no? But I would say to an upcoming musician, like, don't give a fuck if you're successful or not. Like, you cannot.
Oh, that sounds so sexy.
You cannot care about that. You need to do what you want to do and what you believe in, and you need to really be yourself as an artist, I think. And authenticity is the ultimate goal as an artist. And if you do that, maybe success comes. I like to quote also Dave Grohl on that, because I mean, he's not my favorite musician, but he said, so if you're, he said that he was asked that question actually, what he would recommend new musicians. And he said, just, write awesome songs and play them with an awesome band for awesome people. And do that, like play and be joyful, and maybe your big break comes. Most probably not, but it won't matter, because you'll always have your awesome songs and your awesome band, and the awesome people that you shared it with, and that's what it's about. That's the important thing about it.
Yeah. Also, because I don't know if you feel this, but if you don't do that, if the objective is different, you run the risk of being caged by your own objective. Like at a certain point, if you do make it, then you're in the spotlight, and then your behavior has to match certain projection that you have given beforehand. Do you ever feel that you second guess what you're gonna say because someone is there that maybe is a fan, or because, like, do you self-edit a lot? Is that
Not just sometimes I would want to cut my dreadlocks, and then I'm like, no, I'm in a reggae band. That's not smart to cut my dreadlocks. I think that's the only thought that I just had. But then I don't cut them, not because of that, but it's just a funny little side note.
How many years?
Many. Almost 30.
Okay. So it's more recent.
Yeah, since I'm a young teenager, I have dreadlocks, so it's a big part of my identity. It's nothing to do with the reggae music, actually. But no, and I think no, the role shouldn't limit you like that, because that's also the freedom of an artist to always reinvent ourselves. No, for example, I'm also not. I mean, I say I'm in a reggae band, but I'm not in a reggae band. I'm in a band who plays music, and a lot of it is reggae, but also a lot not. Like us, musically speaking, we always reinvent ourselves, and we should go beyond what we are used to and out of the comfort zone. And the same with our statements and what we think. And actually, yeah, you say what you feel, and if people don't like it, then they don't like it. You can't make everyone happy anyways, as an artist or in life too. If you think too much about the opinion of other people, then you're not going to be able to be yourself. For sure, it's important to be respectful. This, yes, like sometimes maybe I would like to, or sometimes I would feel angry about something, and I wouldn't say it the way I feel it. I would put it in a friendly and respectful word. If I Yeah, it's for sure. That's something I do. I control my anger if I have it.
But you would do that anyways, no? At certain point, you have
Yeah.
children, you have
Yeah, Yeah,
You're in your 20s, you're in your 30s, you're in your 40s.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
life teaches you a thing of to
Yeah,
learn. So.
maybe a punk musician in the 40s wouldn't do that, you know.
No.
They would see be like, "Wah!" you know, and it's a part of their image also.
Yeah.
But they are for sure. Maybe no, but yeah, me as a person also, I like to be respectful. So it has nothing to do with
Yeah. And then
the role.
let's put two things together. You mentioned before the admin, the computer work, the telephone work, and now we are talking about maybe self-editing. So that brings me to the beautiful, intricate, and wonderful world of social media as self-employed and as artists. What is the love-hate relationship that we have towards it?
Ah, it's a love-hate relationship. No, I mean,
I mean, it allows us to do what we do, so it's
yeah,
amazing in many
for
ways,
sure.
yeah?
It's the social media is a hugely important working tool for me. I have to admit, I wouldn't have it if it wasn't for the job. I would stay away from it because I feel it is very addictive and toxic. It's not something that I would want to have in my private life, but it goes there now because I need to use it as a working tool. Obviously, I'm on the phone. I need to check out what do other musicians do, how do other musicians do it, and then I know that also start scrolling, and it's horrible. Um, but yeah, try to find a balance in that and try to use it as a working tool only. But then, yeah, the line is a thin one and it's addictive even if it's a working tool.
Yeah.
But it's very important, so I'm also thankful for it. I get a lot of opportunities through it, and all my advertisement goes through it. And then for sure also very beautiful encounters and contact with the people who love my music. Um, and the fans, you know, it's a beautiful communication tool also.
Is there a way? Is there an ethical way? Does that compute for you, or is just this ugly thing that will always be ugly?
No, it's not only ugly. That's what I mean. It
Yeah.
has just a big danger in it, like of
The
the
addictiveness.
addiction, the addictiveness. And then for sure, it has a different dangers for young people, you know, who are not self-secure in their being enough to not care, you know, what they write, read there, and what kind of comments they get and stuff like this. But for me, it's easy to stay authentic because I don't really. I mean, I know I would have to handle my social media differently to be very successful on it, but that would mean to not be authentic. So I don't do it actually.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that,
I
there
just
seems to
have
be
a
a
very simple, basic social media
yeah.
account where I just do what I find nice and correct, and I don't run after the trends and the trending audios and the reels and whatnots. That I know I should be doing to be more successful, but I don't want to do it because I just can't be bothered.
But do you think that is a silent equation that authenticity and success they're like doing this almost? Or do you think you can go full on authentic and I suppose if you're lucky, yeah, but
Yeah, you can for sure if you know if you're lucky. That's
and
it.
you
You
are
know,
very talented.
you're very talented. You're lucky. I mean, in the music, anyways, man, there's a lot about luck. Man, you know, if your song gets viral on TikTok, you made it. You know, and you can be all authentic that you want. You know, you just need this little break and this little bit a lot of luck. You know, sometimes as an artist. So for sure, no, you can be hugely successful and be authentic. But you could also try to be successful by not being authentic, and that I think is not worth it. Yeah, you just do your thing, and that's what I said also before. You know, what do you recommend to new musicians? Just do your thing, and if you get huge, you know, awesome, and if not, you still can be proud of what you did and who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with social media, it's nothing different actually. It's it's just like that.
It feels to me like almost it's possible to remove the category of it as something separate. It's just you don't know the people that are there, but you if we'll go back to the beginning of our conversation, and you treat people the same way as you treat nature, the same way, with tolerance and a certain sense of transparency, then it's just to extend that and to not stop it because all of a sudden you are in a far away from them through social media. Yeah.
True. Yeah, exactly. Like in real life, you can also meet dicks, and you maybe on social media they're more accessible to you, you know. But yeah.
And shall we sing a song? I'm gonna change into difficult questions. The deep ones. Shall we sing a song?
Should we sing a song?
Yeah, not you sing a
As
song.
in us?
No,
Me,
not
me?
you sing a song. You wanna sing a song?
I would like to sing a song, yes.
Yes.
I have this new single coming up very soon. It's called If, like what if.
This is a new song.
It's it's not a brand new song, but it's a song on the upcoming studio album. So it's gonna be the next single release of the upcoming studio album. And I have just finished with a beautiful artist, videographer, the new video clip last few days. And tonight I'm gonna upload it on the distributor of the online platforms. So the song is gonna go to Spotify too, which is another thing, like, you know, social media. It's Spotify.
Do you like Spotify?
Oh, I hate it.
As a consumer, I love it. But
I hate it. I totally boycott it as a consumer, but as an artist, I still need to be on it.
What's the problem with it?
It's an exploitation of the artist.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Few people get very rich with it, and the artist gets nothing. It's like if you go to a really nice restaurant, and there's a chef, and the chef has to buy his own ingredients and buy the gas and even bring his own pots, and he needs to do this whole a big menu, and then you just pay the restaurant owner for it, and the chef gets nothing. It's dead. Unless you're super lucky, and you get a big break and you land up on a Spotify playlist. That's what we do it for, You release a single there because you hope that the song gets added to playlists that have millions of streams, because that's when you start to, earn your money,
So what is the best way for someone who loves their band to support them? Go to concerts?
Buy their record. Buy the album of the artist.
Like LP? Or like
the vinyl.
The vinyl? Do you have vinyls?
I do have vinyls of my own music. Okay. But if you don't have a vinyl player, you can, if you want to listen to your music on your phone, you can download it on Bandcamp, for example, which is a very fair platform for musicians. You get almost all of the money that people pay. And you can also listen to it on other platforms that are not Spotify. Actually, Spotify is like the worst. Like Deezer is way better, for example. But Bandcamp for sure is a great way to support the artist. And for sure, go to the concerts, buy the concert tickets, buy the merch, buy the cool T-shirts and all the stuff. That is very helpful. Follow the social media accounts. Share the music of your favorite artist. I'm really bad at multitasking today. I'm talking, and still didn't tune my guitar. That's acceptable. What I do, I aim to mean it. I try to be the best me. I act no false, but really the morning of the world. Sure, I always hear it, but tragedies beyond my reach. I've learned it's just so be it. Oh, tragedies beyond my reach. Oh, now If I'm gonna run, I run, I run, yeah, I run for the sake of my life. If I'm gonna fight, I fight, yeah, I fight with the strength of my tribe. If I'm gonna love, I love, I love like it will be the last time. If I'm gonna live, I live, oh, I live, 'cause tomorrow I might die. The tiny things we can do seem like barely drops of water on the fire. So can a song I write really help somebody lift their spirits up higher? Will the climate change not change anymore if we pick up the plastic from the shore? I guess we all feel helpless and powerless facing these times of a modern war. If I'm gonna run, I run, I run, yeah, I run for the sake of my life. Oh, if I'm gonna fight, I fight, yeah, I fight with the strength of my tribe. If I'm gonna love, I love, I love like it will be the last time. If I'm gonna live, I live, oh, I live, 'cause tomorrow I might die. So today I plant a tree. I wish for it to grow strong so it will help us breathe. I wish for every soul out there to be safe and free. I'll go on doing tiny things. If they count, I shall see. But if everyone does tiny things, they matter, I believe. If I'm gonna run, I run, oh, I run, yeah, I run for the sake of my life. If I'm gonna fight, I fight, oh, I fight, yeah, I fight with the strength of my tribe. If I'm gonna love, I love, oh, I love like it will be the last time. If I'm gonna live, I live, oh, I live, 'cause tomorrow I might die. If I'm gonna live, I 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 live, oh, I live. So I put pretty much all that we spoke about into this song.
Yeah. This commitment, this commitment, this like, this going down with what you love, no matter what. It's contagious. It's like, I mean, that's how I live my life, yeah, so we resonate very well there, but it's like if you love something, you gotta go for it. You gotta go for it with all the consequences.
Yeah.
All the way.
Dedication, baby. All the way. Yeah, you have to go all the way with what you do in life, no? Then, no regrets. You have to give it your all for sure.
And also, I think you mentioned before, when you were doing songs and songs and songs, and then you want them to be beautiful, yeah? There's a certain commitment to excellence. That just because you like live in a farm and you take things easy doesn't mean that your final product is not beautiful, to the best of your ability, right?
Absolutely. No, I'm a horrible perfectionist actually when it comes to the.
But isn't that like such
music,
a beautiful combination between like being laid back and easy and kind of tolerant, but when it comes to the craft, it's like it has to be stunning.
Yeah, because you have to give it your best, for sure, that you can be proud of it. And I always want to be better and want to be the best version of myself. But actually, that's also the case in my garden. I think that goes to all the aspects of life. No, that I don't want mediocrity. I want to go for the best that I possibly can. Yeah, but for sure, in the art is it's an extreme thing, and I think it's a bit of a disease of many artists, that they are overly perfectionist and critical. And I mean, oh man, this album that I'm working on, our upcoming studio album, it was supposed to be released like 2 years ago. But
Yeah, you told me some of the stories.
and it just takes the time that it takes to be perfect, actually. Yeah, we could have released it a long time ago, but I really want to do the best that we possibly can to create something, yeah, forever, that I can be proud of, and then my kids can be proud of. A legacy. I'm creating my legacy with my art, so for sure I want it to be good.
And there is a balance as well, because in one way, like you said before, when you create the best songs, they just come, you channel. So as a channel, there is very little you. But at the same time, what you bring is your ability, your skills, your craft. So being a good channel is also being good in your skills, training and developing your abilities. And I suppose, how do you see the balance between them two, so the whole thing doesn't come up to your head and you become enlarged? And when you do a good song, I'm such a good writer, or when you do like, because it can get into your ego as well, yeah? So
Oh, that would
how
be,
you do that?
yeah, no, I think that would be so weird if we get to your ego, because I
Because
think
you don't
it's,
seem to have much of that, but
oh no, and like, even though if I know maybe that one of the one of 100 songs that I write is really good, it's still only one of 100. I still suck, actually. I have it with the lyrics, for example. People love my lyrics, so that's nice. I get a very good feedback. But me, I feel super insecure about them. Like, I feel that they're, you know, too simple, not poetic enough. Like, then I listen to other songwriters, and I listen to Bob Dylan, and I want to write like him. But I can't, so I just have to do what's me, and then I feel okay with that. But for sure, it's a bit of an artist symptom to never be 100% full of yourself. I think we are insecure beings. Also, but then we get the blessing sometimes that we know, now we made a really good product, so that that makes you feel very joyful about what you do, and all the sweat and tears and stuff that you put in, and about the training, about developing the skills. Man, I mean, that's, wow, the time that you put in over a lifetime is just unimaginable. No, like, you sing for thousands of hours, to develop your voice. It really takes a lot of training. Yeah, anyone who plays an instrument will know it. Yeah.
But the insecurity is kind of built in everything that you do that is not yet existing. Like, if someone tells you, put these 5 sticks in a row, you put one, you put two, three, four. When you put the fifth, the task is done, because the task was known before you had to make it. But when you have to make a song, you don't know the song.
Yeah, that's the thing about the art. No, it's not a clear. There is no right or wrong. Actually,
Exactly,
there is just a matter of taste in the end. And for sure, no, I mean, I really like the music that we do. But then you compare yourself with your idols, no, and with your heroes, and they're just so much better than you. Like, how when could I ever be so good like them? And but it's good because it keeps us going, and it keeps us wanting more, and developing, and yeah.
Yeah. And you mentioned legacy.
Mm.
So legacy implies awareness of impermanence, death, aging. How do you see that part now that we kind of cross the half of our lives, or getting there, depending how
What?
optimistic we are? Okay, so you have crossed the first third. But once we begin to see that aging has arrived, that you are going up, and then at a certain point you realize, oh, the top of the mountain has already been stepped on, yeah, in terms of physicality. So how do you see, I don't know, moving towards older age? How do you see even your legacy. You mentioned before, what is what you want to leave behind, and once you leave that behind, what is your approach to what's coming for you?
So what I want to leave behind is a healthy earth. First of all, I want to leave behind trees, big growing trees. Before the art, I'm thinking of my kids. Hey, that's this thing with the planting the trees. They are not for me. They are for the future. No, they're for the kids and the kids of the kids. And so that, I think, is the most important legacy. And the artistic legacy is also important. Like, for sure, man. Like, I would like my kids to, when I'm gone, be able to take my vinyl and put it on and think of me, and tell nice stories about me, and maybe show it to their friends and be like, "Hey, look, that was my grandma. Check her out." Yeah. And how I feel about having reached the top of the mountain, I think it feels great because I'm really in a place of joy and peace, with myself and with the life I've created. I'm really grateful for the life that I have, and I'm like calm about it. And I have arrived. I could say that I have arrived where I want to be. In certain aspects, of course, I still want to become famous and all, but
You do?
I mean, I just would like to, make a better living of the music this year. Yeah, and I would also like to travel more for the music. I love to play on a big stage. It's something that makes me better as an artist, as a performer. So I would love to have like proper nice tours and travel more and discover the world with this also. And I would for sure like my music to reach more people because I feel that I'm sharing a message of importance to me. So I would like many people to hear this. Yeah. And yeah, to make good money with the music for sure would also be something nice. But yeah, it's also okay like it is. I can die happy if I have to.
Yeah.
But
And the Naomi, non-artist, non-singer. This was maybe the singer's answer, but how do you feel? We come into this world and we have inherited issues, and then we gather a few more along the way. Whether you call them trauma, micro trauma, life is traumatic overall, yeah. And then somehow, for some people, it's maybe almost exclusively the practical layer of life, but for many of us, this other more internal layer of where we come from, where we're going, what is the inner baggage and the state of the inner baggage.
I mean, I have a lot of luggage. There is some weight in my backpack, but I carry it with grace, and with acceptance and with joy. Also, I am kind of worked through my traumas. I think that I've gotten that brought on me in my happiness.
Besides music, what do you use to do that? Did you, besides
Ah,
music, did you do therapy? Did you do yoga? Did you do drugs? Did you do what?
bit of everything. No, I find it.
Come away.
I find life is very therapeutical, and love, actually. I think that love is so healing. Like, I really allow myself to love very freely. The nature and the ocean and what I do. I've like going for a good surf could be so therapeutic now, and just to realize what's actually important in life and what really matters most is the people that you love, and yeah, the love you give and the love that you receive. That's the most important things. So if you feel a lot of love in your life, and if you have a lot of love to give, then the bad things they become a bit irrelevant because they get like healed by love, you know. Um, so yeah, I could see therapy in all the things I do. In the garden, man, it's so healing to, you know, to just do something so rewarding as gardening, as farming. I've also done a therapy, and I like to talk also about issues for sure. There I'm very girly in that way. I really like to talk a lot. Yes, and but I feel healthy, yes, and happy. I feel very happy and healthy, and but that was always a gift that I had to find happiness and to embrace it. I could also be depressed for a bit, you know, but I would always find a way out and move towards the light. Yeah.
That I find super important is we suffer, we Moe, come.
Moe, do you want to be also in the video?
Here.
Come on.
Come on with us. Come, boy. This way. Ah, yes, yes.
Do you think he wants to sit here?
Shakes. I think he wants to go out, maybe. Let's see. Go. Have an excursion. Okay. Go. Okay, let's see if I can phrase this question or this subject well. So we suffer, some people suffer a lot more than we do, yeah. But it doesn't matter which is the degree. You can see those who get stuck in the victim role and those who, despite the many reasons, they somehow decide to keep swimming. And maybe linking this with the flavor of the region that we are here, it seems to be a region where people who keep swimming are attracted to come, yeah, or to stay. Maybe not to come, but to stay and to keep swimming.
Yeah, because you really need to be a good swimmer in this ocean here.
Oh yeah, there's tons of waves here, very big ones. But you are a very beautiful embodiment of a swimmer, like you said before, like we serve the mother, yeah? Did you ever feel the chain of the victim pulling you back and you had to cut it, or is it something that is just built in your personality, and how do you see it in other people? What could you, maybe not advise is not the right word, but what has helped you when you have felt the heaviness, the temptation to get stuck in the victim role? What has helped you to shake it and keep going towards happiness?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think I read once that this is something that we skill to overcome. The victim role is a skill that we get in our childhood, I think, by our uprising. So I would probably thank my parents for that, you know, for giving me this this trust that everything's gonna be all right, you know. I think I always kind of had that, but then for sure, when I was younger, I've known moments of total devastation. But then, you know, yeah, you keep swimming, or it's half drowned, but you know, you somehow make it through, and then you make it out on the other side, and you're like, oh, actually, I feel strong, and maybe something awesome happens because of it. And I guess I made this experience over my life that every time something really crappy happens, also it can, you know, it's fine after a time, a certain amount of time. Things can also always be better, you know, after a while. And for sure, You can, manipulate that by going towards it and believing it and being like, nah, it's gonna be fine. And yeah, for sure, I think I'm very strong at pulling myself out of a low with that knowledge. Like, it's, I'm still alive. Actually, I'm alive and I'm healthy, and uh, that's the ultimate fuck up when you die. And as long as you're still alive, you can always make the best out of it, I guess, and then I think it's many times a choice. If for sure many people in other places, it's really horrible, everything they live through, they cannot choose to be happy. But we here in, in the first world countries, I think a lot of the misery is, is because we don't choose to change it. For sure, that's also a reason I came here, for example, no? Because I was looking for my freedom and my happiness. I think we all have the freedom to choose the life that makes us happy, and gives us the resilience to overcome bad stuff that happens to us.
Yeah. I heard recently a quote from someone, I don't remember the writer, and he was saying that I found it very useful because I've been with my own flirtation with my victim role, sometimes very confident, but I can see parts of my life where I have been hooked to see myself there as a victim. And he was saying, look at life and integrate so deep inside that is really difficult, that is really challenging, that is very painful, and wear it as a second skin until you don't see it anymore, and then you can see everyday beauty. I found it very, very useful to not expect as a given that there will be no obstacles and difficulties in your life.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, true.
shit coming left and right all the time.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Which is not my natural tendency,
Yeah.
like I'm learning, but you talked about the mother as the planet, but if you extrapolate that, do you have a relationship to the divine? Is it the word God means something to you? And if that one in particular doesn't mean, do you have another word? And what does that other word mean to you?
Well, the divine, maybe I can more relate to than the word God, as in the God, but like the godly, divine. For me, I think it's found in love. Again, it all comes down to love, man. Yeah, love and the miracle of life and of the queen, the mother earth, and the beauty and the joy and just the love in the end. Yeah, that's divine for me. Yeah, yeah, I don't believe in in God, but I do believe in love. It's my religion.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, let me take you from there into a little bit more philosophical realm. So yes, what is this? What is your explanation to this whole thing called life? What we do, we come, we go. What's the ultimate destination to love as an abstract? Is there any understanding required? What you look up at night and you see the stars, what do you feel?
Man, I've tried to break my head over answering this question, and then what
You have?
happened is, but what happened is I just really didn't find an answer.
I know, but take me back there. You actually have? Have you actually sat down and really tried to reflect on the subject?
Yes, I have, but as a more younger me. And then I just came to accept that I don't know. I don't know, nobody knows. We can believe or hope some things. I would hope that there is more life after death, but I don't know. I guess I'm gonna find out soon enough, And then at some point, I just chose to not think about it so much anymore, because it became clear to me that there is no answer satisfying to me, and that I'm more happy in just focusing on this life and on the moment, and um, just enjoying this life while I have it, without wondering what's after, or how is the next one gonna be or not, or it don't matter. It don't matter to me so much. What matters to me is the now, and what I see and feel, and what I can do good. I think the ultimate goal is to do good and to love and to be loved.
To get
Yeah.
lost in the present through love. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's a beautiful attitude. Yeah, there is a Zen famous Koan saying that says, "Not knowing is most intimate," and
Mm.
it is the ultimate intimacy, that we actually don't know what the heck is going on. Yeah.
It's to surrender, no, to this. How we don't know nothing. We just keep on swimming.
This could be a good ending, but you mentioned something before, and I'm happy to cut this out if you don't like to talk about this. But I remember, I think, that your parents are divorced. But I remember speaking with you. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because you said I have to thank this to my parents before, yeah? But I think I remember a conversation with you where you were saying that your mom visits your dad, or your dad visits your mom, or it gave me the impression that they're in a good relationship, and that somehow the whole thing of your parents being separated did not seem to be traumatic for you. This is my memory. Well, how is it to have divorced parents who are in a good relationship with each other?
Yes, I think my family is quite an example of a patchwork family. It's true that, but there was a crisis at first when I was a child. There was a huge fight, and it was a horrible divorce, and it took some time of healing, a few years. But then that's maybe another reason to know that we can overcome problems, because um, it happened a few years ago that the whole family, so my dad and my mom's new husband, his kids, and my dad's new ex-wife and their kid, and my dad's new third wife, we were all doing holidays together.
Wow.
Yeah, for like a
Did you do a documentary of that?
for like 10 days, and it was awesome. And well, for sure there's also some tensional moments, maybe, but like in any group or family, but yeah. And it's funny because my parents, they hated each other at some point, but then they came to respect each other again, and to be in peace, and to even be friends, and I think that's a not a traumatic thing. That's amazing,
Yeah, yeah.
to see that you can overcome a problem. Just again, everything's gonna be all right. If you want that to happen, it's just a choice that they made at some point, which I appreciate a lot. Mm.
Do you have a moment in those 10 days when you, your dad, or your mom, or they go like, this is cool, eh?
In many moments, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Yeah, so the other one was a good moment to end, but this is a nice moment to end, eh? With the power of love. I don't know, is there anything, I don't know. I suppose we will have another opportunity at some point after a few months, but is there anything that you would like to say that you haven't said or that I haven't asked that feels important? I'm happy that you're happy. I've seen you always more or less joyful, but I've seen you also less happy than now, and I feel very happy that you're happy.
Yeah, you've seen me in a moment of still a bit attached to a victim role,
Mm.
and that is off the tape now, obviously. But that yeah, it was something that would have been able to break someone else. No? And that's it with the choices now. We just need to choose the good thing for us. We can really, I think we can really choose our reality.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I think all has been said, and what thought you had this nice question about the darkness and the light, and how we move towards the light, but it has been answered with other talks and questions. Yeah. No, it's all has been said.
Yeah, I think darkness and light, there are two dancers that have a very interesting duet. Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Do you wanna?
Thank you very much for tuning in.
Yeah. Do you wanna sing a last song, or we leave it at this?
No, we leave it at this.
We leave it at this. Okay, so this was the first one. Second one with the technical difficulties from this idiot, but Naomi, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for listening and watching.
Are you good at this?
Am I?
Yes.